My name is Shane Hemberger. I'm from Coweta, Oklahoma. It's up by Tulsa. I was invited down here to show it at Graceful Arts Center. My beginnings in art, I actually was born in Colorado, and I don't exactly know when I started art. I remember making art all my life, but I do remember when I lived in Colorado, a lady drew portraits of little Indian girls and stuff, and I remember her letting me borrow some of the materials and play with them. So I know somewhere before I was 5 years old that I started making art, because we left Colorado when I was 5 years old to come to Oklahoma, and I know at that point I was already making art. So I know this lady probably inspired me. I played with her son all the time. They were our neighbors. So that's kind of where I got started. Anyway, we moved to Oklahoma when I was 5, and I just remember making art as long as I can remember. I remember in grade school an incident where the teacher had us draw the Christmas tree, and I specifically remember this, and everybody drew like little triangles stacked on top of each other, and I drew like little squiggly lines, and I was actually trying to draw the tree. And I remember everybody kind of made fun of me, so I know that I was already kind of different when it came to seeing things, you know. So even as far back as preschool, I know I was making art. So anyhow, I remember making art all my life. In high school, I did like the school newspaper and the annual, and did pictures and made banners for the football team and stuff. So I knew I was doing it all through there, and that's kind of where I got serious. I started filling books with drawings and stuff. Now, my family didn't have a lot of money, so they didn't buy me paints, but I did a lot of just drawing with pens and pencils. And but drawing is pretty foundational to all the arts, so I think it was a good thing that that's where I started. And later I got better at my oils, which is my main medium, oil paints. Anyhow, I had a typical life. I joined the military, went in the military for a while, got the GI Bill, came out of there, and that paid for my school. I went and got a Bachelor of Fine Arts at Oklahoma State University, and I have just made art ever since. I've done lots of exhibits around Oklahoma. I sell work on Etsy. I sell work at vendor displays. I just sell it wherever I can. I don't make my living from art. I work for a plant up in Tulsa. That's how I make my living. But I do art all the time. I sell it when I can, and I really enjoy doing it. What inspires me to make art? Really anything. My passion for art has never changed. I pretty much can look at anything and enjoy painting it. Now, currently, I'm painting wildlife, and you know, at every step in my life, I've always tried to build a body of work with a certain type of subject matter, and I'm currently painting wildlife because I think you need a strong body of work. So that's kind of what interests me at the moment. But I've painted everything from landscapes to people to still lifes, you name it. I've painted it. But I like wildlife because it gives me a chance to paint organic things, which is my favorite. And I love nature. I love landscape. So it gives me I don't like to paint buildings and man-made things. I really like organic things. So I think wildlife is a really good choice for that. And what makes me want to paint? I never could answer that question very well because it's been the same since I was a little kid. It was always just, I just like to explore color and shapes and shadows, and I don't really, I don't go paint with like an idea. I just like to step in front of something and just start putting it down. That's just what kind of interests me. It just excites me, and I don't really need anything other than that. So that's kind of what motivates me. It's just the process of painting more than anything. But anyway, I am currently doing wildlife. I'll probably do that for a long time. And then I may switch. I don't know. I'll just have to play it by ear. But I do try to let it evolve naturally. And I may be painting chairs, in 2 years. Who knows? But it's just wherever it takes me. I don't know. But anyhow, I do sell work. I have a website at www.shanehemberger.com. I also sell on Etsy. You can find a link in there to my Etsy shop. I just sell small stuff right now on Etsy, but I'm going to get bigger stuff on there. And then, of course, I do things like at the Graceful Art Center here, where I get to exhibit with other artists, and it's a great joy for me. So I think that's pretty much sums up my art career.